7-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
12 yards on the play, but it's 3rd down.
Goes to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work.
But it doesn't tend. Now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And his time-leading scorer, Mason Crosby. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Washington, nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
The Washington football team at 1-5 now. They lose their 5th straight in Week 6. 20-19, they fall to the previously winless New York Giants. Now, Washington had an opportunity. Kyle Allen, his 2nd start with the club, led him on a 75-yard drive late, threw a touchdown to Cam Sims with 36 seconds to play. And then Ron Rivera said, let's go for 2 and try to get the win, but Allen was incomplete on the conversion attempt, and that was your ball game. Now, look, Charles, listen, I mean, this team probably not playoff bound. We know the quarterback issues that they've had, the struggles of this team, so I was okay with Ron Rivera going for it. What did you think?
I was more than okay with it. I thought it was the exact right play for he and his team because he made that quarterback change with the idea that they could get into the division race because there's not much of one in the NFC East. Doesn't appear that that gambit is going to pay off for him. So he just has to work on the psyche of this team. Hey, I believe in you. You need to believe in yourselves. Let's go out and play to win, not just play to show good performances. I love the move right there. So now they'll host the Cowboys in Week 7 and get a well-needed open week after that. Then they get the Giants, this game in Washington. Let's see how this team responds as they try and find out who's going to be around in 2021 and get them back into contention for an NFC East title.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
From the 44, Allen is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Packers 3, Washington nothing.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
No,
and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And Washington has taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Dustin Hopkins to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10. At their
meeting between Rodgers and Brady, kind of strange when you think about how long they've been in the league. And while things looked promising for a while, the Packers jumping out to the 10-0 lead, it was all Tampa from there on out. And Charles, after the game, Aaron Rodgers saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, maybe we need a little kick in the rear.
Yeah, and I like the way that you paraphrased it and cleaned it up a little bit, because he just said, hey, we've kind of been feeling like we were pretty...
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
1st and 10.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
19-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Allen looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. Their own 18-yard line.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll buy some time right to the right side and complete to Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
17 yards.
Allen.
And the Washington 1st down.
That is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 19 yards away. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Hopkins on for the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Oh, no.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not great starting field position as well.
From this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Number 30,
a gain of 3.
But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking deep for Adams. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
J.K. Scott.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter.
Brings up 2nd.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle,
It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback, you have a much better opportunity.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we have reached halftime here. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10. At their own 20.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll rifle this. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive play.
And he's got it. It's caught from Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Packers are back within a score.
2-point conversion
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Conversion is no good.
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, 2020 so far, it's been a great year for scoring. That's been documented. It's also been a great year for comebacks. So you may have heard this nugget thrown out there, but we've seen a team come back from at least 16 points down to win in every week of the season so far. Now, the Falcons aided that a couple of weeks, but we saw another one in Week 6. The Colts coming from down 21 to beat the Bengals.
Yeah, you know, I've heard that nugget so much in recent times. It's gaining steam on George Kittle actually likes pro wrestling. So when you put it all together, we're hearing it all the time. And how about Phillip Rivers leading that comeback when people wanted to bury him there? 19 times this year. The teams come from 10 or more down to win, scoring way up in the NFL right now, driving defense is crazy. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Let's take a quick peek ahead to what's coming up on the NFL slate. You got a really good one. A couple of undefeated teams, 5-0 Steelers, 5-0 Titans. Packers and Texans, Charles, wondering how Rodgers and company will respond to their first loss. And then Sunday night, Tom Brady and the Bucs head to Vegas. That should also be a dandy.
Yeah, it certainly should. Don't forget Monday night as well. The 5-1 Bears, 4-2 Rams from L.A. But I'm going to see the Steelers and Titans excited about that game. And
now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Allen's pass
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Right there in the middle, 55. Get that quarterback.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 50 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There weren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll find Gandy Golden there, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Allen, got to have this one. An excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
10 at the 28.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
the ball carrier.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up,
They'll go again to Jones. Room here to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Mason Crosby.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And that one could be important as that makes us a 16-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10. At their own.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards.
Washington.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
They'll try and run it here. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 3 yards to gain there. 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
Tyler Ervin on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Rodgers throwing here. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big 2nd half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.